Till now, we have discussed about what is marketing research, what are the main components of marketing research, what is the process to have marketing research, and what are the types of data. Today, we are going to discuss about the topic on basically the sources of data. It is the main ingredient which we have to follow to have our analysis. So, data collection sources are of two types basically. The first one is primary data, the second is secondary data. The sources of data collection are two, that is primary and secondary. Data collection is a term that is used to describe a process of preparing and collecting data. It is a very systematic record of gathering the data for a particular purpose so that we can observe, record, and organize in the manner so we have our results. Data are the basic inputs to any decision making process in the business. Data is very essential. It is so essential. If we have data, after that we can able to do any sort of analysis to have the results. So data must be observed first, it must be recorded, and it must be organized first. What are the purposes of data collection? The purposes of data collection is to obtain the information. We just want to have the required information. We have to keep the record of that particular information to make decision about important issues. You want to make any sort of decisions, you must have data collection with you to pass information to others. Let's suppose you want to introduce a product in a market. That means you must have information regarding that. You must have record of that information regarding customers, what customer wants and what customer desires. You have to make the decisions according to or and also the prospects of the customers so that you can pass this information to the higher authorities. Classification of data, primary data and the secondary data. Types of data. The first one is primary data, the second one is secondary data. The main ingredient for the marketing search data, we must know about both the data, that is primary and the secondary. Primary data is basically consists which you actually collect yourself. The data which are the collected from the field under the control and the supervision of an investigator. Primary data means the original data that has been collected is specifically for the purpose in the mind. This type of data are generally a fresh and collected for the first time. For example, you want to produce a new product for the market. So you actually went to the market, you collect the data on the basis of customer needs and desires. This is first hand information which you are getting. That means you are actually conducting a primary data. You visit a consumer, you ask them a question, you observe their behavior, you are collecting a primary source of data. It is useful for current studies as well as for the future studies. For example, the questionnaire which you have made is a part of the primary data. It is one of a technique to collect the data. The primary research is conduct of quantitative data and the qualitative data. The quantitative data includes survey, personal surveys, mail by mail. You can send it in-house survey, telephonical survey. In today's scenario, we have Google Forms for that purpose also. Experiments when you want to mechanical observation or some simulation techniques you observed, you actually go for experimentation purposes. And the qualitative data where you have some focus group, you have number of group where you conduct your data, you have in-depth interviews of them, you actually observe the behavior of the human beings, or you follow the case study pattern. All these are the method of the primary research. We have already discussed this. Quantitative data is basically when we are going to see why, when, and how they have used the data. And the qualitative is basically concerned with when I just want to have more detailed information regarding my particular problem, research problem. Primary research categories. Primary research categories involve numerical data, statistical arrival data, projectable to a broader population data. This basically involves when you actually conduct a study, your data should be numerical values. It should be statistical reliable so that you can able to run any statistical technique on the data, and should be projectable to broader population. See the sample you have drawn from the population, it must be representative of that particular population, so that you must be able to conduct the data and withdraw the results that must be projectable to all the or applicable to the population broadly. Quantitative research categories includes in-depth insight generating information of the individuals. The data must be non-numerical, and data could be directional data. It can be one-way directional data or it can be two-way directional data. The common techniques we followed for the qualitative research are personal interviews that must be one-to-one basis, or the focus group or the mini groups. In focus group, we have 8 to 12 persons who participated, and the mini groups we have 3 to 6 participants. The methods we use for this purpose are observation method, where we personally observe the behavior of the person. The personal interview that must be conducted through a questionnaire, whether it is structured or unstructured. Telephonic interview through calls, we can actually conduct telephonic interview, and the mail survey by mailing them, or into the scenario we can send even email for that particular purpose. The various methods which are involved is basically direct personal investigation that involves indirect oral investigations, data from the local agents. We can actually ask for the snowball sampling even. The snowball sampling technique is what I ask one of you whether you do you think this product is suitable in this particular market. Then I ask someone and you refer me that particular person. This is a type of a snowball sampling. Mailed questionnaire to be filled by the participators himself, the result of experiment. The data which you collected in this manner are called raw data. It is a raw data for you. You actually convert this data in the form of 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's suppose I am asking you question. Do you think you like this product? Some might be say yes, some might be say no. The data you have answered me, this is yes and no. This is my raw data. When I convert this data in the form of numerical, for yes I coded it into 1, and for no I am going to code into 0. That means I am coding my data in the form of 1 and 0. I'm converting my data. So data that I collect is basically numeric in nature. What are the advantages? Advantages are basically the targeted issues and problems are personally addressed in primary source of data. Data interpretation is very easy in this particular type of research. Efficient spending for information. You can actually observe the participant very personally. Decency of data is correct. The data is authenticate. There is no issue regarding proprietary. Address specific research issue. You actually see some particular research problem with this, and it has a greater control also. Disadvantages: it is very cost effective, it is very cost consuming technique. It is actually tough to go to each and every area, conduct a survey. It involves very much cost. It is as well as time consuming. It is inaccurate feedbacks must be. Then might be person is not in a position to answer you. That means he or she can actually share inaccurate sort of information with you. More number of resources are required for particular data. The next is secondary data, the data you gather by someone else. See the primary data in which you go, but for secondary data, when you gather the data from someone else for the purpose to conduct your research. That means you are go for the you are actually opting the point of secondary data. Secondary data is the data that has been collected for another purpose. It involves less cost, it involves less time, and it involves less effort also. Secondary data that is used, which is being reused. See, the name itself is telling you secondary. That means it is not the first hand information. The first hand information is collected by someone else. When you are using information that is secondary for you, for example, the data collected by census, by the government for the population, the census data, that is primary in nature because the data which is collected by the government itself is primary in nature. But when you are using that particular data for your research purpose, that becomes secondary for you. Sources of data. While primary data can be collected through questionnaires, depth interviews, focus group interviews, case studies, experimentation, and observation, the secondary data can be obtained through internal sources or external sources. The sources which you used within the company, within your organizations are internal sources. The sources which are used outside the company, outside the organization are the external sources. For internal sources, we can say that the data is ready to use. Two types of data are there. The one is which is ready to use and which require further processing. And for external data, the data has three classification. The first one is it has published material. The second one is it has computerized database. The third one is syndicate services. Internal data are those data which is generated within a company, within an organization, for which the research is being conducted. The example for this particular data is that when a marketing decision maker and researcher is actually involving the corporate use of the corporate revenue ledger at individual transaction level. It is a source of internal data. When I, being a marketing manager, using the personal information from the company records regarding consumers, that means I am using the internal source of data. Analysis of who is buying and different ways that these customers may be classified or segmented, what they bought, how frequently, and the monetary value of their purchases can give me a basic level of understanding consumer buying behavior. When I analyze internally the data which I have already used to segment the customers, how many times my customer purchase the things, when I see the vouchers of the company, that means I want to understand the buying behavior of consumer, but from internal level. That means I am using internal source of data. With the number of years of transaction data, the life changes of customer segments can be better understood and how customers have reacted to an array of the marketing activities. So when you actually see the data, the whole changes, the whole data that includes that is within the company, you use the data, that means you are using internal source of data. Types of internal source of data. The first one is when you are actually studying the sales record, the marketing activity, the cost information, distributor reports and the feedback, and the customer feedback. When you are actually using the internally data, that means you are acquiring the internal source of data. If available, internal secondary data may be obtained with less time, less effort, and the money than the external source data. External source data is more and that involve more time, more effort, and more money as comparative with the internal source of data. In addition, they may also be more pertinent to the situation at hand since they are within the company. The internal source data include accounting resources. Any information a marketing researcher need regarding accounting, he must went to accounting department and he can acquire the particular information that particular source. The sales, the next is Salesforce report. If the information is about the sale of a product, You can go to your purchase department or the sale department to have that particular information. Internal experts, the people which who are heading the various department, who are the main head of the department, like the head of the purchase department, the head of the finance department. If you actually want to have an idea regarding particular problem from any internal experts, if you are actually calling them, that means you are going for internal source of data. And any miscellaneous report, any activity that is related with any operational data, any operational record, that means you're using internal source of data. If the data available within the company are unsuitable or inadequate, the marketer should extend a search to external secondary data sources. If a marketing manager find out that the data is not proper, it is not adequate for conducting the particular research, he can opt for the external source of data also. External data. External data is basically which is generated by from the outside the company. These data may exist in the form of published material, online database, or any information made available by syndicate services. The data can be anything. It might be published material, it might be any online database, it can be any information which is available from you to the syndicate services, but you must have to uh, refer the particular source. Externally generated secondary data may be more difficult to assess, more expensive, and more difficult to evaluate for accuracy in comparison with internal secondary data. Yes, the reliability and validity of external generated data is very low as comparative to internal secondary data, but people use this also. These factor means that before collecting any external secondary data, it is vital to gather, analyze, interpret, and readily available internal secondary source intelligence. If you want to gather any source of external data, you must see first what is the internal source of that particular data. Classification of external data. The first one is published secondary data. It has bifurcated into two, that is government sources and general business sources. When you use any government source data like census data, other government data, that means you are using government sources. And when you use the general guides, the indexes, the directories, the statistical data, you're using general business sources. What is published external secondary sources? Sources of published external secondary data include local authorities, regional and national government, the EU Union, non-profit organization, for example, Chamber of Commerce, trade association, professional organization, commercial publisher, investment brokerage firms, and the professional marketing research firm. When you use any data from an established organization, you are using external secondary source. In fact, such a quantity of data is available that the researcher can be overwhelmed. Therefore, it is important to classify published data. The data which is actually published in nature, it has very ample of data. They have very ample of data. So they have further bifurcated into two. The first one is government sources like census data or any other publication. The next one is general business sources that comprise of guides, directories, indexes, and statistical data. External sources are sources which are outside the company in a larger environment. Collection of external data is more difficult because the data have great variety and sources are much more numerous. Government publications. The government source provide an extremely rich pool of data for the researcher. In addition, many of these data are available free of cost on internet website. There are a number of government agencies that generating the data, and these are Registrar General of India. It is an office which generate demographic data. If you actually want the data regarding age, gender, occupation, you can actually go for this site, the Registrar General of India. It has data of any city, any state, of also and also villages. You can actually go for any demographic data of any city, any state. You can went through the site of Registrar General of India, Central Statistical Organization. The organization published the national account statistics. It includes the national income data, growth rate, rate of major economic activities, annual survey of industries. All this data are published by CSO. It gives information regarding the workers employed, the production units, material used, and other valued information by the manufacturer. This data basically provide you the all the data related with the organized employment, the production units available in India, the materials are used uh, by the industries in India, and any other information regarding any particular type of growth rate or any economic activity. You can go for the CSO data. The next is Director General of Commercial Intelligence. This office operates from the Kolkata. It gives information about foreign trade. If you want data, anything related with the import and export on India, you can go for the source, that is Director General of Commercial Intelligence. These figures are provided to region wise as well as country wise. Ministry of Commerce and Industries. This ministry, through the Office of Economic Advisor, provide information wholesale price index. The data which is related with WPI is actually provided you by Ministry of Commerce and Industries. These indices may be related to number of sectors like food, fuel, power, food grains, extra. It also generates the all India CPI, that is Consumer Price Index number, for the individual workers, urban area, rural area, non-manual employees, and cultural laborers. So the Ministry of Commerce and Industry provide the data related with the wholesale price index and consumer price index. Planning Commission. This site has a number of data related with the Indian economy, like how much grant is there, how much total expenditure has been incurred by the government at central level as well as state level on any social services. Any data related with the Indian economy is there, is stored at Planning Commission. In today's area, we call Planning Commission as Niti Aayog. Reserve Bank of India. RBI provides you various data regarding currency and the finance report. If you want any sort of data regarding currency, regarding any financial report, it provides you data on handbook on statistics in of India. It provides every sort of data to you, like gross domestic product, gross domestic India, NDI. It has all sort of information in there. Labor Bureau. It provides you data regarding skilled, unskilled, white collar job. The data which is related with organized sector of employment is there only. National Sample Survey. This is done by Ministry of Planning and provides social, economic, demographic, industrial, and agricultural statistics. Department of Economic Affairs includes the economic survey. It actually generates information on income, consumption, expenditure, investment, saving, and foreign trade. State Statistical Abstract. This gives information on various types of activities related to state, like commercial activities, education, and occupation. State life, like Haryana has different statistical abstract, Punjab has different statistical abstract. For the particular state, if you want any information regarding the commercial activity, regarding population of the state, the area divided of that particular state, the education data on that state, you actually have to go through the state statistical abstract. Journal business sources. Business publish a lot of information in form of books, periodicals, journals, newspapers, magazines, reports, and trade literature. Some of this data is available online to you at their particular site, and some of this data is available offline. Although some information may be in hard copy, An increasingly large volume of information is now available through databases that can be as easy accessed online. Due to today's problem, the data has been converted from offline to online now. Sources are also available to identify statistical data. These general business sources include the number one is guides. Guides are the excellent source of standard or recurring information. A guide may help identify other important sources of directories, trade association, and trade publication. So guides are one of the first sources researchers should consult when commencing a research. When a person wants to start a research on any particular business, he must opt for the first option, that is guide. Guide had information regarding the trade association of the company, the trade publication of the company. Any trade literature is available in the guide only. So the first option which must be recommended for a researcher is guide. The second is libraries, where whether these be public and universities or within business will have a guide to classify the resources they hold. Directories. Directories are helpful for identifying individuals or organizations that collect a specific data. Might be a company actually collect a specific data, so they maintain the particular record in directories itself. Indexes and the non-government statistical data. Business research often involves compiling statistical data reflecting market or industry factors. Indices like a historical perspective of industry participation and growth rates can provide context for market share analysis. For example, you want to see the market share of two companies. You go to their site, you can actually download the data regarding market share from of that particular companies, and then you can compare the both of the companies. Market statistics related to population demographic, purchasing level, TV viewership, product usage are some of the types of non-governmental statistical available from the secondary sources. All these type of data are available on the company's websites, as well as any published commentary presented in these resources. Further statistical analysis and graphical manipulations can be performed on these data to draw in important insights. If you want to actually go for further statistical analysis, it is possible on these data. You can actually graphical interpret, you can go for the growth rate on these data to have some particular research, particular results of the analysis. Databases. The major category of secondary data is available in the form of browsable online databases. From the 1980s to the date, the number of databases as well as vendors providing these services has grown at very large scale. Browsable online databases offer a number of advantages over printed data. See, if a printed data is there, you have to go and you have to collect the data. But if data is available online, it is very easy for you to collect that particular data online. The data can be current, it can be up to date, even can be live. The online data, it must be current, it might be current, it can be up to date, it can be live data. The search process is more comprehensive, quicker, and simple. If you are actually assessing online data, that is much quicker and much easier as comparative to the printed data. Online vendors Online vendors can provide ready access to hundreds of databases. Moreover, this information can be accessed and the search process is simplified as vendors provide uniform search protocols and commands for accessing the database. You can actually go for all the information from the online vendors. They have very uniform type of data for you people. The cost of accessing this is relatively low because of accuracy of searching for the right data, the speed of location, and the transfer data. These online data are available for at very low cost. It is convenient to access these data using many forms of working online, including mobile devices. You can generate these type of data on your phone also. Classification of database, that is online and the offline. Online and offline databases may be classified as bibliographic, numeric, full text, or special purpose database. Bibliographic databases. Bibliographic databases are composed of citations to articles in journals, magazines, newspapers, marketing research studies, technical reports, government documents, and the like. If you actually search for Google Scholar site, Google Scholar, Scholar, if you actually search this particular site, you have the data that is actually referred to different journals. It has bibliographic data. The number of citations are there. They often provide summaries or abstracts of materials cited. The IMRI database is a good example of this. It includes over 50,000 abstracts of market research reports and sources, which includes journals, databases, audits, published surveys as well. This is a comprehensive directory of marketing research agencies published and association in over 100 countries. Beside country listing, agencies appear in regional, for example, Asia, specialist field, and market sectors also. This is the data which is provided by World Bank Online Database. Please check it once from your own browser. The World Bank Online Database. It has ample of data of each and every country starting from 1980s till now. Numeric database contains numerical and statistical information. For example, some numeric database provide time series data about the economy and the specific industries. For example, if you went to the RBI site, Reserve Bank of India, the data you have actually generate for since 1950 till today, till now for this year, the data about GDP, the data on gross domestic product since 1950 is available at the site of Reserve Bank of India. So it has a time series data. The earlier examples of census-based numeric database using data over a series of census provide an example of a numeric database. The Experian Mosaic database is a good example of numeric database. It is actually a site of a UK company which provide data on marketing services as well. Experian data includes business and consumer demographics, the classification, mapping, economic forecast, statistic, local area data, and the retail and business information of UK only. This numeric database is delivered in the range of formats including database, reports, products such as Experian Mosaic consumer classification. Full text database. It contains the complete text of source documents held in the database. They usually have the ability to conduct advanced searches for topics, authors, phases, word, and interconnection between these. Full text database includes the whole data that is related with any author on any topic. For example, if you actually see the site of Emerald Insight, that is from www.emeraldinsight.com, you can have the full text database of the author which have published their particular paper in at Emerald only, or the Gale newspaper data. Emerald is an independent publisher of global research within the impact in business, society, public policy, and education. It is a publishing house only, and it provides full text databases. Directory database provide information on individuals, organization, and services. For example, European directories is an example of directory database. It provides you a pan of European local search and lead generation company. It provides local search services to help consumer to find them, to evaluate them regarding any data related to any media, including print, online, and mobile. It can help advertisers to ensure about their stronger presence wherever consumer might be searching for local business. Directory of open access journals has the data regarding all online journals. These online journals cover free, full text, quality control, scientific and scholarly journals. And all this data is available free of cost to you. Special purpose data. A good example of special purpose data basically includes, that is WGSN is a leading online trend analysis and research service providing creative and marketing intelligence for the apparel, style, design and retailer industry. If you actually want data on the business functions, you want to check the design and production, manufacturing, purchasing, merchandising, marketing, product development, and general management, you have this particular site, that is WGSN. It has a 12-year data. It has 12-year time series data, which has more than 5 million images and 6 lakh 50,000 pages of information available on it. Syndicated sources of secondary data. Syndicated sources, also referred as syndicated services, when a companies that collect data and sell common pools of data designed to serve information that needed by the clients. That means you are using syndicated sources of data. For example, data available by EPW, Economic and Political Weekly. They actually collect the data and they pool that particular data on the demand of the clients. These data are not collected with the focus on specific marketing problem, but the data and reports applied to client companies that can be personalized to their fit specific needs. You actually demand data from them, you pay for your data, and you can arrange the data as per your own needs, because these data are not collected on with any specific problems. For example, reports could be organized based on client sales territories and production line. Using syndicate services is frequently less expensive than commissioning tailored primary data collection. It is less expensive as comparative to primary data collection method. Syndicate sources can be classified on the unit of measurement, households and consumers or institution data. Households and consumer data may be obtained from the survey, purchase, media panels, or electronic scanner services. Information obtained through survey consists of values and lifestyle, advertising evaluation, or general information related to the preference, purchase, consumer, and other aspect of behavior. The syndicate sources basically classified data on households, consumer, and institution. If you want any data related with the household or consumer data on their purchase behavior, on the advertising criteria, the lifestyle, the values, you can go for this particular type of data only. Diary panels can focus upon information on purchase, on media consumption. Electronic scanner services might provide scanner data only, scanner data linked to panels, or scanner data linked to panels and the cable TV. These data actually provide you the data regarding scanned information. When institutions are the unit of measurement, data may be obtained from the retailer. If you talk about any institution, the data you can obtain from them about retailer, wholesaler, or industrial firms, you can opt for this particular data. Unit of measurement, household survey, household includes surveys, panel, and electronic scanner services. Institution includes retailer, wholesaler, and industrial firms data. Surveys. Many marketing research company offer syndicated services by conducting surveys and omnibus surveys. As with any survey, the process involves interview with a large number of participants using a pre-designed questionnaire. See, if we talk about a survey only, it includes a large number of participation in which you have a pre-designed questionnaire. You ask them but questions and they answered you. If you talk about omnibus survey, when you actually target particular type of customers, it can be basis of specific locations, it can be basis of any particular type of product. When you are actually segment your data in on any particular basis, you are opting for omnibus surveys. With a target group of participants, a core set of questions can be asked with other questions added as syndicate members wish. Panels. Panels are the samples of participants who provide specified information at regular intervals over an extended period of time. You have a period of time which is extended and you ask them question at regular intervals. These participants may be organization, households, individuals. Although household panels are most common data which is used in the panels, the main feature of panel is that the participants record specific behavior as they occur. Actually, they record their own data on a specific purpose only. Behavior was recorded in handwritten diary earlier, but and that particular diary related to 1 to 4 weeks to the company only. Panel diaries have been gradually replaced by electronic diaries and block diaries in today's scenario. So panel data are those data where participant provide you information at regular intervals about their behavior from time to time. These basically panel data are used by the rehab centers where they have patients to whom they want to study at regular interval period of time. Electronic scanner services include the particular data regarding survey and purchase and media panels. These are very useful. Electronic scanner services are continue to deliver great value to decision makers. Scanner data relates to retail data collected by barcodes at electronic checkouts. This code is then linked to the current price held by the computer and to prepare a sales slip. See, whenever you go to like Easy Day or DMart and or Metro, they scan your data by using particular barcodes, and that particular barcode is actually providing a sales slip to them. So information printed on the sales slip include the description as well as the price of the item. It actually told them what is the item and what is the price of that particular item. So checkout scanners have revolutionized packaged goods marketing research. By using this data, you can come to know what is the sale volume of that particular product only. So you use electronic scanner services at that particular time. Retailer and the wholesalers. This is a type that includes in the data from the institutions only. The most popular means of obtaining data from retailer is an audit. And is an audit. This is a formal examination and verification of a product movement carried out by examining physical records or analyzing inventory. Retailers and wholesalers can participate in audit, receive basic reports and cash payment from the audit service, but the main beneficiary is a brand owner who wishes to monitor sales of the brand through many retail outlets. It is basically when you opt for this audit message, audit data, that means you are using a formal examination of your product, or the verification of the product. What is audit? Audit is basically verification of your particular products. So when you use this type of data, that means you are using syndicated data from the institutions. Retailer and wholesaler both participate in this audit process, which involves the basic reports and the cash payments. Uh, but the main beneficiary is a brand owner. If I have a particular brand with me, if I am the owner of a particular brand and my particular product is sold by someone else, by using this particular audit data, I have the information regarding my sales volume also. Audit data focus on the products or services sold through the outlets or characteristic of outlets themselves. Industrial services. These provide syndicated data from the industrial firms, business and other institutions. Data like Data Monitor, Bureau Van, Brand Street. Data Monitor is a provider of global business information, delivering data analysis and opinion across the automotive, consumer packaged goods, energy and sustainability, financial services, logistics, pharmaceuticals and healthcare, retail, sourcing, technology, and telecom. Data Monitor is a global database. It provides information regarding all the things like packaged goods, energy, sustainability, financial services, pharmaceutical products, healthcare products. Advantages of secondary sources: it has ease of access. You can actually easily download this data. It has low cost to acquire as comparative to primary data. It has clarification of research question, and it may answer your research question also. It is easy to use. It can be very easily accessible. It require your less cost, less time as comparative to primary only. Disadvantages: quality of research is somehow not authenticate, not specific to researcher needs. Researcher has to mold the data as he deemed it to be fit. It can be available, incomplete information can be there, and it is possible only that information is not timely even. So in today's we have discussed about the what are the data sources. There are two type of data sources. What is primary data, that is secondary data. Then we have the records of particular data of secondary data, the external and internal sources of both the data. Then external data have published data, a standardized source of marketing data, or from the online database you can use it. The secondary data internal includes any sales, marketing information within the company, that is internal data. So when you use secondary data, you have mainly two types of data, that is internal as well as external data. So data means information. Data which you collected expressly for a specific purpose are called primary data. For example, data collected by any particular person or a company from the primary source for his own use, for his own collection of data about the population by census and survey, it is called primary data. When data collected and published by one organization and subsequently used by other person or any other company, that is called secondary data. The various sources of collection for secondary data are newspaper, periodicals, publication of trade association, research paper published by university department, UGC, research bureaus, official preparation of central, state and local data. All these are the secondary data. The collection expenses of primary data are more than the secondary data. Secondary data must be used with care only.